Hello, everyone, and thank you for attending today's Play Attention Business meeting. My name is Gwen Sorley, and I will be your host today. I'm glad to see we have a wide variety of people here today from around the world. Some of you are current Play Attention clients, and some of you are still looking into the program and researching your different opportunities. So I'm glad to see all of you here today. Just a couple of things I want to mention before we get started. One is that we are recording the event. So at the end of the webinar, you're going to receive an email follow-up that will have a link that will allow you to access the recording. So if you want to review any parts of the webinar or you want to share it with colleagues, you'll be able to do so. Also, there's a Q&A box in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to type your questions in, and I'll address your questions as we proceed through. And please do ask your questions because your questions truly do enhance everyone's experience. Again, my name is Gwen Sorley. I know many of you here because you've been Play Attention clients for many years, but some of you who have not had an opportunity to speak with, I started using Play Attention back in 1996. So over 20 years ago, when I was a classroom teacher and I was teaching second and third grade. So I've used Play Attention with all ages from about 6 years old all the way up to 25 years old. I've used it in private practice. I had a small tutoring service at one point. I used it in public school settings. I've contracted with private schools. I became Play Attention's lead trainer. I've been the marketing development team here, and now I am the vice president and COO. So hopefully my experiences will help you really get a better understanding of Play Attention, your different opportunities, and give you an idea of how to plan your next stages of your business. We do have a bit of an agenda today, and as I was going through this, I realized that there's a lot of information to cover. So I am going to give a brief overview of all of these different options for you. But then as a follow-up, you'll have a PDF with all of these slides so that you'll be able to review the presentation in printed form. And then also I am available for one-on-one consultations, and we can set that up so that we can talk about your specific needs and what you specifically want to do within your business. So we're going to touch on all of these areas so you get a good idea of what's available to you, and then we'll do a lot of follow-up together. First, we're going to talk about Play Attention one-on-one tutoring. We're also going to talk about your opportunity to do small group work within a tutoring center or distance training. And these two options here we'll talk about our iLab version. You also have the opportunity to become a Play Attention certified provider. We also have reseller opportunities, and we have reseller opportunities within the United States and other countries. Now, you do have the opportunity to become exclusive or non-exclusive reseller, and we'll talk about those opportunities as well. You also have the opportunity to become a Play Attention certified trainer. And finally, this is the first time I'm really going to talk about focus assessment. This is an exciting test of attention that I think will really intrigue you and make your business more complete. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Play Attention Professional Plan. Now, if you're considering the Play Attention Professional, and some of you may already be a Play Attention Professional, this means that you're going to provide one-on-one tutoring or work within your center using the Play Attention Professional system. Now, you have a lot of different options when doing a center of this type. You might do a small home office, you might be in a professional office or a center, or you may be mobile, you might be traveling to homes. I did a combination of the small professional center, but then I was also mobile so that if I had clients who could not come to me, I had the opportunity in the early hours of the day to actually go to their homes and do the tutoring right there. If you are a play attention professional, that means that you are a provider who actually has at least one play attention professional system. Now, the play attention professional system comes with everything you need to run your program. So it comes with the hardware, which remember is that brainwave monitoring device. I have one right here. That's that brainwave monitoring device that monitors your client's attention and allows them to control all of the movement of the screen characters just with their mind alone. You receive the cognitive skill activities, so a series of cognitive activities that help them develop the skills that are typically weakest for people with attention difficulties. You also receive the full behavior shaping program, which is written within the play attention program. And that will allow you to teach your clients how to control those behaviors not conducive to good attention. You'll also have unlimited user licenses. So that means when you start Play Attention Professional, you'll be able to enroll as many clients into your program that you need to at any one time. There's no relicensing fee. And I know that's really important to a lot of you who have private practices. You can't even always plan how much you're going to be able to spend each year, but this is a one-time cost to you. There are no continuing fees. So you have that unlimited user license, which allows you to enroll as many clients as you need to. Also, you receive unlimited technical and educational support. So everyone here is assigned an educational support advisor to assist you every step of the way. And I think this is a really valuable component to our program because we truly are here to assist you every step. We've had clients in the field 14, 15 plus years, and they still have our unlimited educational and technical support, which I really encourage you to take advantage of because our support advisors are very helpful to make certain that you always have maximum benefit. Now, the Play Attention Professional System is $2,495, and that includes everything you need to run your program, again, with no continuing costs. So if you are here right now and you are an individual, or perhaps you have a couple of colleagues, and you want to start with one-on-one tutoring or perhaps one play attention coach with a couple of students, so you're going to start a small practice, then the Play Attention Professional System is where you probably want to start. But from that point, there are many opportunities for you to expand and grow. If we look at your return on investment as a Play Attention professional, let's say that you purchase one Play Attention professional system. This is important to keep in mind when you're doing your business planning. Okay, you're going to meet with each student at least twice per week. Now, on average, every country, every area is a little different, but across the United States, on average, each Play Attention session is approximately $50. You will, each student will meet with you for an average of about 10 months. Some may be a little bit less, some may be a little bit more, depending on their specific needs. That means that each student, on average, will pay for your services about $4,000 to complete the program. This means just with one student, you will more than cover the cost of your Play Attention system. If you do a lower cost scale, and let's look at $30 per session. If you are in an area where you might charge $30 per session, then still for one student to go through the entire program with you would be about $2,800. So even if you have a less expensive plan, you will more than cover the cost of your Play Attention professional system. So when you're writing your business plan, this is important to keep in mind as you're planning how many Play Attention systems you want, how many Play Attention students you can have. So this is an important component to that. Let's say that you're interested now in expanding from the Play Attention Professional to the iLab version. This is a really exciting version because this will allow one Play Attention coach or professional to work with multiple students at one time. So this is a way to manage if you would like to work with small groups rather than offering that one-on-one tutoring. If you have an iLab, you can have a larger center offering your tutoring services. You or your staff members will work with multiple students during a given session. And we also have distance training available to you. If you'll wait one moment, I'm having a little bit of a technical issue here. Skype decided to interrupt my session. Okay, so let's look at the iLab. This is what an iLab might look like. You see that we have a play attention coach. That's this person right here. And then this play attention coach has a different iLab station for each individual student. And notice each student has a play attention brainwave monitoring system on, that body wave brainwave monitoring system right here, okay? So this play attention coach has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 play attention iLab systems with 5 play attention students. And then she has this student working at a distance via the internet. So you can do live distance training as well. The play attention systems, each play attention iLab, whether they're within your lab or they're at a distance, is connected to your master monitor station. That's where the coach was sitting. And this provides you with a lot of different features. It allows you to see real-time streaming data. So let's say you had all 5 of those students in your lab, plus you had one off-site. It will actually allow you to hover over each individual student and get live streaming data. So you can hover over Rob's information and it will say Rob has been playing attention stamina for 3 minutes. He is 84% attentive, and it will give you all the real-time stats. It will also show you all of the activities he's done that session so far. You'll also have the ability to type text notes to each other, so you can chat via text. If you're working from a distance, you'll be able to set up cameras and mics so that you'll be able to see that individual from your master station and chat with them via text or via a microphone. Very good. Lisa says, how many students can you work with in a lab? How many do you recommend as your maximum? Well, Lisa, that really depends on you. How comfortable are you working in a lab with multiple clients? How much experience do you have as a play attention coach? Many of our centers are working on average with about 7 to 10 clients, but you can do more than that as your experience grows, absolutely. Of course, you can do, there are some questions about behavior shaping during iLab, and you can do behavior shaping as well. And you noticed in that first picture, we had one student sitting with that coach. And usually when they're sitting right next to the coach, then they're going to do that one-on-one discussion and behavior shaping as well. But you can turn that component on and off for each individual. You'll have full curriculum control, which means you'll be able to set up everyone's session prior to them entering your play attention session as a group. Very valuable tool if you want to work with more clients. Now, when you're doing your business planning, if you're looking at your return on investment with an iLab system, you want to think about how many systems you're going to integrate into your program. So this is just a sample. One master computer, this is your master monitor station. This is just software only. This is where the coach sits, is $399. You'll also need one professional system. Remember, we talked about the professional system earlier, and that's the $24.95. And then you'll want one iLab system for each additional student who's within your lab. So if you have 5 students in your lab, you'll need one professional system and then 4 iLab systems. There are discounts for multiple purchases as well. Denise says, can I upgrade from the professional system to the iLab? I currently have the professional system. Absolutely. You can easily upgrade from just one professional system to the iLab. No problem at all. And we can help you do that. Let's say that you want to set up an iLab with 4 clients. Okay, so you'll need to start with 5 computers, because remember, you need 1 computer for each student, and then you as the coach needs a computer. So you'll need 5 computers. You will have 1 master monitor computer. That's the software that we talked about for $399. That does not have the body wave armband, because remember, this particular computer is just for the play attention coach. You will then need 1 professional system, and that's the $2,495. Includes everything we talked about earlier, the hardware, the cognitive training software, the full behavior shaping program, plus your unlimited user license. And you would need 3 play attention iLab systems, okay, for your additional students. So now you have 5 computers and you have 4 student stations altogether. This means that your total investment up front is $8,879. Now, if we break that down for your return on investment, let's say that you're going to meet with 4 students per session. You're going to have 5 separate sessions per day. That means you're going to do 20 students per day. If you look at it at your higher cost, the $50 per session, you're going to make about $1,000 a day. If you do 35 per session, then it'll be $700 per day. You're going to meet with each group twice per week. So this gives you the breakdown on your per week schedule. So $4,000 per week with your play attention students, or on the upper end, or if you're doing a lower rate, there could be $2,800 per week. Now, some of you, there are a couple of you here, Elsa and Margot, who are asking about different payment plan options. And absolutely, what I recommend to you is that you look at different centers in your area and you see what the market will bear. Now, if you have looked into other tutoring services or other programs available in your area, you'll know that this is in line with the other centers and what they're offering, but you are offering so much more. It's of great value. However, there are packages that you could do, and we can talk to you about the different packages that some of our centers do. For example, some of them will give a price discount if they purchase 10 play attention sessions in advance, or they have a sliding scale based on the income level of that family. So there are a lot of different ideas that you can do to help more families receive the services that you provide. Gabriella, it looks like you're having a hard time submitting your question. So make certain that you're typing the question in the box below and then click send, okay? Carl says, how does one demonstrate credibility to parents and schools? And how does it compare to different programs? You have a turnkey marketing system. That is a really good question, Carl. There's a lot of questions within that. And how does one demonstrate credibility to parents or schools? Well, there is a specific way that we present play attention. And I do recommend, Carl, if you haven't attended one of our webinars, that you attend one of our general information webinars so you can get a better understanding of how we demonstrate play attention and how we present the information about play attention, providing people with the educational background of the program. There's a lot of research based in this. We have 3 clinically controlled studies done by Tufts University School of Medicine that we always talk about. So that is the first place I would recommend you start, Carl, is attending one of those informational webinars so you get a better understanding of all of the background information on play attention and how to present that information. there are certain terms and information that we give at those webinars that would really help you. How do we compare to other programs? Well, Play Attention, and we talk about this in our general informational webinar, Play Attention is the only program available that integrates that feedback technology with cognitive skill training and behavior shaping, right? It's the only program on the market that does that. That's what our patents are based on. So if you want to work on specific cognitive skills like attention, memory, task completion, social skills, auditory processing, you can only do that if you are in your peak attentive state, because that body wave armband is constantly monitoring your attentive state, and you're going to move the characters, you're going to turn that game on or off just with your attention alone. So that makes certain that you are fully engaged before practicing these cognitive skills, which makes certain that we get maximum benefit and that we can ensure transfer and generalization of the skills learned. Plus, not only do we incorporate the cognitive skills, but we also incorporate behavior shaping, because they finally get a one-to-one correlation on how certain behaviors affect their attention. And then you're going to use that to help them start to control those behaviors. So again, the implementation and the incorporation of all of the best teaching methods in one package truly sets us apart, and is why we had phenomenal results compared to just cognitive training games, or what you typically hear of as brain games in the Tufts University School of Medicine research. And if you haven't seen that, I would recommend that you review that as well. We do have a turnkey marketing system for our certified providers, and we'll be talking about that in just a moment. So Carl, I hope that answered all of your questions there. You had a lot in one. Christy says, if a small iLab is the plan, what are the other costs? Well, printed certificates, rewards, of course, any of those costs would be part of your business planning, and you do want to keep that in mind as well. So you'd have to, create some of those materials that you would like, and consider all of that as well. And we can talk about some of those costs in our one-on-one meeting as well, Christy, but there are, of course, going to be other costs. If you are looking at developing a whole new marketing plan, I would recommend the certified provider for you, because those materials are already created for you. And again, we're going to talk about that in a little bit here. And that brings me right into the certified provider on cue. So that does bring us into the certified provider program, which both Christy and Carl were asking about, more of the turnkey marketing program. Okay, there is an application for consideration. And once you've been approved, then you can start the licensing. The licensing will provide you with a lot of marketing opportunities and training benefits as well. So this is where the marketing program comes in. So the certified provider is a separate licensing program. It is separate from the first two things we talked about, which was simply purchasing the Play Attention professional system or purchasing the Play Attention iLab system and incorporating that into your program. This is if you'd like to become a certified provider. So you can see here from this list that you get a lot of materials along with that certified provider program. So once you become an approved certified provider, you will need to go through our training process. Now, the training process has been streamlined, so you don't have to actually come to Asheville, North Carolina, although I know many of you like to come here. You can do the training online and take the certification course right online. Once you have passed the certification course, then you have all of these materials open to you. So you'll have many different marketing webinars available to you and trainings. So that is where we actually take you through how to market and how to effectively demonstrate Play Attention to your community. Like I said, we've been here for over 20 years. So we've learned a lot as we present Play Attention. We have a lot of key phrases that we know are important to people and that really do explain play attention fully. So we have a lot of training webinars that you'll be able to attend. And actually, I'm going to start a new webinar series for certified providers and resellers mid-May. So if you are currently a certified provider or you're going to become a certified provider, you'll be able to start that webinar series as well. And we're going to go over social media, how to demonstrate play attention in large groups, small groups, at conferences, if you're working a booth, how to effectively work a booth, and how to present play attention and develop your program even further. So once you go through the training, you'll have those marketing materials, you'll have the training webinars, you'll have play attention brochures with your contact information, demo CDs with your contact information. You'll actually be listed on playattention.com as one of our certified providers. And when parents call in and they're looking for a provider in their area, we'll direct them over to you. So you truly have a lot of materials at your fingertips, and you'll be able to use all of our trademarks, logos, and copyrighted materials as well. So Christy, that really does answer your question as far as other costs, because that program will really put that package together for you. Okay. Now, the next opportunity is to become a reseller. Many times people get our certified provider and our reseller program confused. So I want to clarify the two programs and how they are different. If you are a Play Attention certified provider, that means that you have students coming to you, okay? That means that you have a center or you have a mobile unit or you have a small office, and the Play Attention students are coming to you and you are doing your Play Attention sessions with that student. So you are the Play Attention coach and you are working with the students directly. Okay, that's a certified provider. The reseller option is completely different. Okay, the reseller option is if you would like to become a Play Attention reseller in order to introduce and actually sell the Play Attention program to other professionals or school systems or families in your area, okay? So that means you're not necessarily working with students, but you're actually selling the program, okay? You're selling the program on basically a commission basis. So that's how the two are different. Can you do the two together? Absolutely. We do have some certified providers who are also resellers, and you can definitely do that because, as you know, when you're a certified provider, you're going to be talking to some parents who maybe live a couple thousand miles away and they can't come to you. And so you can actually sell the program to them. Or you might be at a conference and be introducing Play Attention to a lot of other professionals. And that gives you an opportunity to sell the Play Attention program to other professionals in your area. Your benefits as a Play Attention reseller is that you get commissions on all of the different programs that you can sell within your territory. You'll be able to sell the professional system, the iLab that we talked about, all of our add-on modules that many of you are familiar with, Media Player, which is a great program that will allow you to run media files with your mind alone, and also Student Performance Monitor. So you will receive commissions based on all of those different programs that you'll have access to. There are two different types of resellers. There's the exclusive and the non-exclusive reseller, okay? What is the difference between exclusive and non-exclusive? Well, first, I should start with, if you are within the United States, we do not have any exclusive distributorships available. So if you are within the United States, you would be non-exclusive. However, if you are outside the United States, you can become an exclusive distributor. An exclusive distributor is someone who has purchased a certain territory basically a country, and you are the only person or entity that is allowed to sell or ship within that territory. Okay, so that you have exclusivity. No one else can sell or ship to your territory. That's exclusive. If you are non exclusive, that gives you the opportunity to actually sell within your territory, but there will be other people, other individuals or companies who are also selling and shipping within your territory. There are differences as far as upfront costs. If you are becoming an exclusive distributor, that means there is an exclusivity fee associated with that, but you will have a higher commission rate associated with that as well. There are also going to be certain sales benchmarks because there are going to be certain sales benchmarks written within your contract since you are taking on an entire area. Walden says, how do we become exclusive? What are the costs? There is an application for consideration, Walden, and I would be happy to send that over to you. But the costs themselves do vary depending on the territory you would like. So we would first have to look at the territory, and we will base your exclusivity fee on that specific territory. Good question. You're going to attend all of the training webinars. I went past that a little bit too quickly. You'll complete our online sales and marketing training course, just like the certified provider does. And then you will submit a demonstration video, and we'll help you critique that video as well. So once you do a sales video, and like I said, you're going to have a lot of support to develop your presentation, then we will watch that video with you. We'll critique it, we'll make comments and help you really refine that presentation to make certain that you have the best presentation that you can do. And then what we will do is we will provide you, of course, with the online training course. We'll go through your videos with you. If you have people who are interested, and this is especially important in the beginning, if you have professional settings that are interested and you just don't feel like you're going to be able to answer all of the questions because you're newer to the program, then we can provide support and we can attend your demonstrations via Skype and really support you in your presentation. So if there are questions that you are not prepared to answer in those initial meetings, we're always here to back you up. So we can actually be in the presentation itself, or we can, of course, just follow up with your clients and help you answer any questions that you were unable to. Of course, as a reseller, you also have access to all of our Play Attention trademarks, logos, and copyrighted materials as well. If you're an exclusive reseller, you will also be able to have a listing on playattention.com, so people within your territory will be able to find you very easily. So that is the Play Attention Reseller. So we've gone through a lot of different programs. There are a lot of different steps that you can consider. So far, we've covered the Play Attention Professional, which means you have a small office or you're doing one-on-one tutoring or maybe a couple of students in your center, and that means you have the Play Attention Professional system. Once you want to expand and work with small groups or do distance training, then that's when the iLab version is going to be best for you. If you want a fuller marketing program, then the next phase would be that certified provider. Remember, the certified provider is trained and certified by Play Attention, and you're providing your services to your students. If you'd like to actually sell the program, you may not necessarily be working with students. You simply want to sell Play Attention on a commission basis to other professionals in your area or families or school systems. You'll be able to do that with the reseller program. The next step we're going to look at is called the certified trainer. Now, the certified trainer, again, is different than the certified provider, and sometimes people get these two confused. The certified trainer is someone who is actually certified by Play Attention to provide staff training to other professionals. So the program that I think this complements the best is if you are a reseller, okay? Because if you are selling, let's say you're selling play attention to a school system and you are also a certified trainer, that means not only are you providing the play attention program to your school or your professional setting, you're selling the program, but you can also then sell your services, okay? As a certified trainer, you're going to be trained and certified by Play Attention to teach other Play Attention professionals how to use Play Attention effectively. So you may be looking at contracting with schools and other professionals to offer on-site training services. You can do either on-site training services, which is usually, a half day or a full day of on-site staff training, or you might want to be trained to do the phone tutorials, which is also an option for you. You'll be trained in all areas so that you'll be able to do on-site and phone tutorials. You might also want to think about providing a continual service where you are monitoring their program and making certain that all of their coaches are maintaining the coaching regimen and that they're doing the best job possible for their students. So that could be also another ongoing service that you provide the professionals and school systems that you sell to. So this is a great way to be not only selling Play Attention, but also selling a training package. Now, I say those two complement each other, but let's just say that you're a certified provider and you want to look at becoming a certified trainer as well. You can do that. That makes sense as well because you have a lot of great experience in using Play Attention. And you could become a certified trainer. And then if we have someone in your area who would like an on-site staff training, we would refer them over to you. So again, a lot of different options. So with the Play Attention certified trainer, remember this is different than the provider because the provider is working with students and the trainer is working with Play Attention coaches. Okay, so this is other professionals or school systems who have incorporated Play Attention into their practice. Now, I have a couple of questions. Are these opportunities considered direct selling and backed by Direct Selling Association? No, we're not backed by Direct Selling Association, no. And that was Christy's question. Okay. And let's see, a couple other questions that came through. Rebecca says, if I want to start with the certified provider and then become a reseller, can I do that as well? Yes, as I mentioned earlier, you can add any of these programs on at any time. So, we have some of our professionals here today who started as home clients or they started as professional clients and they've just expanded their program throughout the years. So yes, you can start with any one of these options and grow from there. Good question. Now, something that I'm very excited to present today is the focus assessment. You can become a certified focus provider. And I'm very excited about the focus program because we have all become accredited and we now provide the focus assessment to our clients. And I think it has been one of the best things that we've incorporated into our program and into our services for our clients. The focus assessment tool is a computerized performance test. Okay, so you can now offer your clients a computerized performance test. The test itself, each individual is measured against a norm group of a similar age or gender. And I like their philosophy here. It's not designed to be a negative, to be used in a negative manner, but it is designed to identify areas where improvements can be made. And these areas can then be aligned with your Play Attention program. Focus measures the different constructs of attentional control, and we're going to go through this. Now, the reason I really love to use focus with our clients now is that it gives our clients more direction when they're starting their play attention program. How many of you have had clients come to you and they say, well, I went to this professional and I went to that professional and we paid thousands of dollars for this diagnosis and they told me everything that's wrong with my child and gave no solution. I bet many of you here have had that experience where clients come to you and they say that. And we have that all the time where parents come to us and they say, well, I went to my doctor, I went to this person or this professional. We paid a lot of money and we got information about his weaknesses. Many of those weaknesses we already knew, but we have no plan. We have no plan of action. So what focus allows you to do is to actually do a complete assessment so that you can really pinpoint this student's strengths and weaknesses and then provide a customized plan with play attention. They align so well together and they really complement each other. So it is an exciting addition. If you currently have play attention and you want to incorporate an assessment tool, this is a great way to do that. The different constructs that we look at within the focus assessment is consistency. So you can see the actual definition of consistency here. But if a child has difficulty with consistency, or an adult for that matter, that's your student who has a hard time starting and completing a task in a timely manner. So this is your student who, 15 minutes of homework takes 3 or 4 hours. And this is the individual, though they always have to have that encouragement to get started on a task. But once they start that task, well, then they have to get a drink of water and they have to sharpen their pencil, and you have inconsistent results. So consistency is one area that it reports. Also performance. And here's, of course, the definition of performance. And a student has difficulty with performance will have difficulty following through with verbal or written instructions. They'll have a hard time starting and completing a task. So we look at performance as well. And also impulsivity, which for a lot of our clients is a difficult area. The impulsivity is very difficult for our students who have a hard time waiting their turn. They act impulsively. They don't think about consequences. They act before they think. They might have a lot of fidgeting behaviors or calling out behaviors. So we also look at impulsivity. And finally, distractions. And some of you are asking how this is different from other CPTs. And this is huge because other CPTs don't look at auditory and visual distractions. Focus has actually incorporated both auditory and visual distractions within the test so that you are able to pinpoint whether or not auditory and visual distractions take them away from their task at hand. So do those auditory and visual distractions bother them? Does it take away their attention? So you get a very, very complete look at that individual. And it is amazing because the test itself is just simply 20 minutes in length. There's about a 2-minute practice test, and then the test itself is about 20 minutes. And I had one parent say to me, I had no idea how you were going to tell me anything about my child in 20 minutes and having him just respond differently to different types of stars. She said, I really didn't think you would be able to tell me much about him at all, but you nailed him. So she said that we absolutely, after the results were given and we did our review together, we were really able to learn so much about that student, which was directly in line with what she's seeing with her son back in the classroom and back at the home setting. So it really is amazing how much you can learn about that student in just a 20-minute block of time. Here are some of the advantages, because many of you are asking about the different differences between this program and also the other CPTs available. Roger says, okay, Roger, yes, we are recording this. So I'm sorry you've had some technical difficulties, but we are recording this. Absolutely. Some of the advantages of the focus assessment: it's the first to test impulsivity, reaction speed, and distraction. So all of those are incorporated into this assessment. The reports that you receive, and I don't know if some of you have seen other CPT test results, they are confusing. They're very difficult to read. These reports are very easy to read and interpret. The equipment is just a computer and a keyboard, so you don't need any external equipment. All you need is a computer and a keyboard. It's very cost effective. You don't have any site licenses, so you can test more than one student at a time. There is online training and accreditation, so you don't have to travel for your training and your accreditation. Distance training testing is available. And I highlight this because this is what I use. You know, I am based in one location, and when clients now purchase Play Attention, I offer them a focus assessment, which we can do over the phone. So we have the ability to actually send a download. It's a very simple download file to the student. They download it onto their computer, and then they take the test at home. And then we follow up with the results afterwards. So you don't have to have clients coming to you. If you have clients who want to go through the assessment and not necessarily come to you, you'll be able to do that. And language is not a problem. So you can give this to any student around the world with no problem. Language is not going to be an issue. I don't know your name because you're on your cell phone, so I can't say your name, but one of our guests says, once a provider, what is the extra fee for the focus assessment? If you'd like to be accredited for focus, the cost is $650 to become accredited, okay? Carl says, neurofeedback takes a long time and is quite expensive. How does this compare with the results cost-wise? Does Play Attention offer results and guarantees? There is a 30-day money-back guarantee, and that's with proper use if you're simply purchasing the Play Attention Professional System, Carl. So if you're purchasing the Play Attention Professional System, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and that's with proper use. So of course, you're not going to see huge changes within 30 days. However, if you take the tutorial with your support advisor, and then you use the program with your clients for at least 4 hours, then at the end of that time, if you find it's not the appropriate learning tool for you, then you or your clients, you can receive your money back less a 15% usage fee. And remember, the Play Attention system itself is a lot less costly and a lot easier to use than clinical neurofeedback, if you're comparing this to clinical EEG. And we really have taken that clinical approach, we've taken clinical neurofeedback, and we've advanced it. So you're not just monitoring their brain activity, but you're incorporating feedback technology with, remember, cognitive skill training and behavior shaping. Because one of the difficulties with traditional neurofeedback or clinical neurofeedback is the transfer and generalization of the skills learned. Because in a lot of the sessions, you're just monitoring brainwave output, right? But you might see improvements in attention, but as we know, there's a lot more to an attention difficulty than just attention difficulties, right? They also have a hard time completing their homework. They have a hard time with social skills. They have a hard time following through with multiple step directions. So there are a lot of skills. These are all skills. And if we're going to help them develop skills, we need to teach them directly. So you're going to incorporate feedback technology with specific cognitive training and behavior shaping. So you're able to provide your clients with a lot more. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Steve says, can this be used to replace medication? If you made a decision to put your child or if your client is on medication, that is a decision they made with their medical provider. So any medical questions would have to go back to the medical doctor. However, have we seen that in the past? Have we seen where play attention students have worked with their medical doctor and have been weaned off their medication or have decreased medication? Absolutely. Because medication works for some students by controlling symptoms. The difficulty is that medication does not teach any skills and it does not change behaviors. So you don't want to medicate and fail to educate. And that's really a gap there. That is a gap where if the professional gives medication but no education, then we're not developing the skills they need. So if you're using medication to set the stage for learning, then you need to use that time wisely and have a program in place to help them develop the skills. Play attention helps them develop the skills that medication alone cannot teach. Okay? I hope that answers your question. Carl says, is this good for adults as well? Yes, we recommend that the client is at least 5 years old, but you can work on up through adulthood. So it's both children and adults. Good question. And also focus. I have given focus to many adults. And so it is also an appropriate tool or assessment tool for your children and adults. Here are your benefits of becoming a focus provider. You're going to be trained and certified by the focus and play attention teams. And you'll be taught how to provide the focus assessment, but also how to interpret the results. You can then provide focus to your clients, and you can provide them with a comprehensive assessment of attentional controls. You're then going to learn how to take those results and use those results to customize each individual's play attention plan. We also recommend that you use this before you start working with play attention, after about 20 hours of training, that's your midpoint, and then again at 40 hours. So that all the while you're going to be able to show improvements over time, and you're also going to be able to customize and adjust your play attention plan accordingly. Now, as you know, play attention itself has a lot of data stored within it, but this is just one more assessment tool that's going to provide you with even more information about that individual's progress. Okay, we have covered a lot of information here. So we've talked about the play attention professional, simply purchasing the professional system and incorporating it into your practice. We've talked about the iLab version if you then want to upgrade to working with small groups. If you want to become a certified provider and have the training and marketing behind you, you'll be able to become a certified provider. If you would like to become a reseller and actually sell the play attention program to other professionals or families in your area. You can also become a certified trainer, which means you'll actually be able to train other play attention professional staff. So you'll be able to provide them with staff training. In addition to that, you can now become accredited focus provider, which means you'll be able to use one of the best CPTs available. And you'll be able to use that information to further customize your play attention plan. Now, if you would like us to help, you can schedule a consult to discuss your particular needs, because I know we did go through a lot of information. So like I said, at the end of this webinar, you're going to receive a follow-up. So if you would, at the end of this webinar, there's going to be a survey. You can complete that survey, and it will ask you a few questions about your particular interests, and you'll be able to request a specific time for a consultation where we can talk about your different interests. You also can request our business planning guide, which will give you a little bit more information. And there will, again, be a survey at the end of this webinar. So I do encourage you to fill that survey out so we can get you a little bit more information.